Hey, hey, never fear, Snake is here. Sunday Cigar time. Greetings from St. Augustine, Florida. Once again, bringing encouragement to you from my little corner of the world. Today, I encourage you to represent. Now, when I say represent, I'm thinking Urban Dictionary definition. Be a good example within your group or your position. Now, the motivation for today's video came from a gentleman on my trolley tour yesterday. There were two black couples, got on my trolley yesterday, early in the tour, can't remember which stop. I sat in the front of the second car. Now I noticed them because one of the wives had on one of those big, summer hats, those really cool hats, but I warned her to be careful because I didn't want her to lose the hat, have it blow off on the trolley. They got off at the fort, the Castillo de San Marcos. The couple with the lady with the hat got off on the right side, the other couple got off on the left, and I was telling them to have a nice day and telling the lady, with the hat, make sure you hang on to that hat now, it's really cool, don't lose it. I look over and the husband of the other couple is coming up on my left and kind of waving at me. He wanted to give me a tip. And his wife was digging in her purse, and as they walked closer, the husband turned to his wife, I assume it's his wife, and said, "Show the man some love." And as she handed me 5 or 6 crisp $1 bills, nice tip, I looked at her shirt, and I don't know if it said Black Lives Matter. It was colorful. It had some different colors, something about Black Lives, and I went, aha. That wasn't a tip. That was a statement, and I knew I had the motivation, the inspiration for today's video. Now, I will bet anything I have, and I'm not a gambler, that was more than a tip. It was just a statement. With all of the chaos going on in this country in the last couple of weeks, a lot of it revolving around race issues, and from the woman's shirt she's wearing, she obviously, understandably, has some opinions about what's going on. It would have been very easy for these people to have went, yeah, white guy conductor, and just shined me off. And I would have understood. But no, the husband, tall guy, probably my age, maybe older, well-built, made a point of saying, show the man some love. And then when they rejoined the other couple, the other man said, did you take care of him? And I thought, yeah, he said he did. But I knew, I'm pretty sure that I'm accurate in this, that they were saying, look, whatever happened over here, we're not holding you responsible for, and we're going to do our little part to show you some love. And it really got me to thinking about what one of my students at Yale many years ago, Jean-Paul, first time I remember hearing somebody say, yeah, coach, I got to represent. I've always tried to be someone that can move in and about people from different groups and cultures and backgrounds. I've always called myself a culture junkie. I grew up in a small town in Kansas. I'm very proud of that, but I also knew that there was a big world out there, and I like exploring other cultures' music and cuisine and art and different things. I just think it's kind of cool. And I think I've done a pretty good job as a straight, white, conservative Christian man living in the South of not perpetuating negative stereotypes. And they are out there. We all know it. A lot of them, perhaps most, are born out of a bit of truth. Just easy to go too far with them. My Irish grandfather had a shot of Irish whiskey every day after lunch. I was very proud of the fact that none of his 11 kids had ever seen him drunk. Well, what about you? Is this a foreign concept to you? Regardless of you're a man or a woman, or you're straight or gay or conservative or liberal or black, white, red, yellow, brown, whatever colors there are you aware that sometimes you will find yourself in a group of people that are not like you, and they might have preconceived notions about you? Does it even occur to you to not represent the worst, not the best? Now, I have to throw this in. I'm not talking about virtue signaling. I am so sick of Hollywood in particular telling me what I'm supposed to feel guilty about. Now, if I'm guilty of it, I'll know it and I'll eventually make amends. I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about having the forethought, or at the very least in the back of my mind, that if I go into a situation where folks aren't like me, they might have some understandable biases towards me. I need to do my part to dispel that. Again, what about you? Something that you've given any thought to? I'm not saying not be who you are. I'm just saying be the best version of who you already are. So I encourage you to represent. Now, before I go here, going just a little bit long, I have to give a shout out to my friend Mark Anthony. Gave me a bottle of rum, some Barbacourt rum from Haiti. That's rum with an H. This past week, Mrs. Snake and the man Cub and I were at he and his wife Joe Passetti's house with a political event. Mark's a cool guy. He owns Spanish Main Antiques here in St. Augustine. The dude's a treasure diver, all right? And he's showing me this big antique piece of furniture that he's turned into his bar, and I'm saying we got to get together and have one of these sometime soon. And he's showing me the liquor, and I mentioned I like rum. He's like, oh, you like rum? Here's a brand new unopened bottle, you know. Tough to find year, so thank you, Mark. I appreciate that. Just cracked it open today. Anyway, folks, I hope you're doing well. Hit the like button, share the video. Someone you know I think needs to see and hear this video. I'll see you next week. Take care. God bless.